Yo guys, so I got a special one for you today. I am interviewing one of our Brick by Brick founding members, Desiree. Now Desiree, just like all of our Brick by Brick members, she doesn't hold anything back. And she has been crushing it, signing six-figure deals, going crazy on LinkedIn. So I asked her to do a special session for our Brick by Brick cohort members, but you guys know what I like to say, there's enough out there for us to all win. So I'm sharing that session right here with you today. Lock in because Desiree literally holds nothing back. She even influences me to do some stuff that I wasn't even thinking about doing. So with that, let's get into it.
I'm Desiree Cocroft. I am an identity coach for women leaders and entrepreneurs. I've trained over 30,000 leaders in habit change and shifting their identity so they can have more money, more peace, more prosperity, all the things.
Love that. 30,000. That's huge. All right. So walk me through. I know in the last, I don't know, it feels like since I've been taught, like you just been on a win, like you're, what they call it? You're in a U season. You're in a, like, it's a U season. But I feel like specifically over the last kind of like few weeks or so, you just been having some crazy wins.
Yeah.
Walk me through what's been going on the last few weeks.
Yeah. So, I mean, everyone knows in the program that I did a 900 ass challenge. So that kind of like, I know it's like, what am I doing? I'm crazy. So
What is the 900 ass challenge?
Yeah, so I challenged myself to ask 900 different people in 30 days, within 30 business days, for partnership, for a business, or for referrals. So those are like the three asks, and I would categorize those people depending on what I think I would want to ask them, for something. Now, I didn't hit the 900 asks, but it did cause me, I was just saying that it did cause me to do what you suggested, creating a digital product to help people do a 900 ass challenge because of all the things I learned so much from getting, close to what I thought, I would do. And so doing that made me talk to more people on LinkedIn, reach out to people I haven't talked to in a while. And it just really drummed up opportunities that I didn't know I would even.
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to this age-old, like, closed mouths don't get fed. It's like, just ask. How many, you said you didn't get to the 900, about how many asks did you put out there?
I got close to 200, very close to 200, which is still a lot.
Well, I'm saying wow because I know the climax here of like the wins on the other side of this.
Yeah,
so like
yeah.
the goal was 900. We had 200. Walk me through, and then I want to get deeper into like how did you format these things, but walk me through the outcomes of 200 asks. Like what were some of the wins?
So I got asked to be on a podcast. That was really cool.
You got an ask back.
Yeah, exactly. I got an ask back. Can you be on a podcast? And I pitched to an organization a 100K offer that they want to honor. They're just waiting to get more money, but they're going to contract me for a 25K offer. So that was like one of the biggest ones. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Yeah. And then it was kind of like not an ask. It was more of a LinkedIn win, but this person was on my list. Yeah. He referred me to a business that we haven't contracted, but it's a really big opportunity to work with a business and doing work with their sales leaders. But then he also wanted to do work with me as well. And it's interesting that every time I talk to an organization to do work with their organization, they also were like, hey, can you do work with me too?
Yes.
So that has been really cool too. And then being able to be a part of some people's virtual summits. So I've been asked to be on like 3 different virtual summits. Really big on being paid for what you want to do, but sometimes pay is also visibility, in my opinion. Like no matter how many stages I've spoken on, I always think about like, well, what is the return on investment for speaking on something? Because it might not always be when you're getting paid to be on the stage. So I just see it as an opportunity for visibility. And just with my ideal client and good people. So that has been, a few of the wins of doing the challenge for myself.
I love that. Excuse me. I love that. And even on this point around stages and looking at the ROI, I tell people this all the time, and I need to make more content and tell folks this a lot. I did a whole year of just speaking on as many stages as possible. It was part of my very intentional like strategy at that time. And the thought here was like, if I can get on stages, obviously, yes, I can talk to those 100, 200, 300 folks in that room, which is a lot, right? It's a lot of eyeballs, a lot of good conversions happen with you being the authority on the stage. But two, I'm also going to get videos, photos from this event. So now when I'm going to make my content to the thousands of people on LinkedIn, I'm even seen more as an authority. You know, the funny thing about doing these speeches, you'll talk to a room of 200 people, you'll be so nervous. And then on LinkedIn, you'll be like, why did my post only get 800 impressions? And it's like, imagine speaking to 800 people, right? But now when I speak to 800 people or 1,000 people on LinkedIn, again, I have these videos, I have these assets that continue to position me as an authority, right? Because I'm on the stage, I have the lapel mic or whatever, the behind the ear mic and all this stuff. And now I'm seen like that, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And I just feel like it's, again, like you said, it's being in front of other people's audiences too in a more intimate way. So I used to be one that said no, 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 but I don't do it unless I know it's my audience and I have the space, because you can't say yes to every single one. And so I had to tell people no before, but doing this ass challenge, given the people that it was, I was like, oh yeah, I'll do it.
I love that. And I'm not trying to get too deep here, but it's another thing I thought of for folks that may want to do more speaking things. One of the things that I also did, I didn't think about this. Somebody that I spoke on their stage, they did this for me. And after that, I was like, oh, I'm going to ask for this every time now. And it was basically like a testimonial. So I spoke at this guy's conference. And then after, you know, his team, which is really great, they sent me photos and videos of my talk. And then within that little folder they sent me was like a testimonial from him, which is like, hey, like Casey rocked our stage. Like it was super awesome. And I was like, fun pro for him. So anybody doing conferences, it was just such a good thing to receive as a speaker. Like, wow, like I didn't, need this. But two, for anybody that is speaking or wants to grow there, when you go and now pitch to corporations or other conferences, you now have these testimonials from people that you've spoken on their stage. And so it's not only like, hey, choose me. It's like, hey, choose me. I want to serve your audience. And you can hear from other people who have had me on stage how I killed it. You know?
That's a great give back too. What a great give back.
Yeah, it's cool. Okay, I want to go deeper. So one, huge, 200 asks. I mean, even this like 2K contract, like this is like huge. What did these asks look like? Did they mostly exist via LinkedIn DMs? And then also, just walk me through like what they looked like. Because if I'm listening to this, I'm like, okay, this sounds great, but like, one, I'm nervous. Like I hate even asking the Uber Eats driver to leave it on my porch instead of, like I hate asking. And then two, like, okay, like what should I do? How should I format this? Do I go straight for the ask? Like walk me through that.
Well, I think the prep work is really similar to when you're doing any like lead generation or ask. Like I did the prep work of like, who do I want to talk to? Because I was looking for like referrals, people that I could potentially do business with, and then people that I could partner with. Those are three different kind of people, but sometimes it was the same person that I could do all three things with. And so I did make a list and knowing what like category they were in. So that was first. But selfishly, like you, I wanted to make it easy for me and not feel like super nervous. So I would ask my warm people first. I'm like, who the people I know? Who the people that rock with me? Let me ask them first so I can get warmed up.
Yeah.
And like unnervous and unbothered about asking for things. So I did go for like the easy yeses first.
Yeah.
And most of the easy yeses I went for were like referrals. Nobody's ever going to be like, I'm not going to refer you, because it's easy to refer someone when they're not asking, you to do anything. I'm like, hey, and it's a really easy thing. So that was like the easy thing. To ask for business, it was more of like, am I talking to someone warm or am I talking to someone cold? There are some people that I actually wanted to have business opportunities with, but they were not warm people. So the ask was really a meeting. The ask was really like, let's have a conversation. So I didn't burden myself with they had to convert. It was like, let me start having conversations. So I did have, some people that I had conversations with that I desire to have as a client one day, but it was more just like a coffee chat, whatever. And I was okay with that. Like that was a win for me that we even got on the phone, because, you can get pitch slapped out here these days.
Pitch slapped. I love that. That's hilarious.
No, where'd you go, Casey? Okay, there you are. Yeah, I see you now. I just blanked out for whatever reason. Okay.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Apologies on that. My microphone just unplugged, and I mean, it's kind of cool. It just stops the recording when things come out of whack.
Yeah.
But so what I was going to say was, one, call out here. Some folks, you said I went for the easy yes. some people would actually disagree with that. Like asking a warmer
Sure.
person for something is even harder than asking a colder person. But, and even thinking about this, like, it sounds like you just had no fear around doing these ads. It sounds like you just were like, yeah, let me go ask people. Was there any fear that you had here?
Yeah, look, that makes my underarms sweat. Like, you remember all
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
SNL, like,
Yeah.
sweating. Like, sometimes it does because and that's what I learned so much about too, is just the feeling of, am I being a bother? And I post about this sometimes, or I do this with clients, the feeling of being a bother. Am I being bothersome? Am I hurting someone by wasting their time reading this in their
Yeah.
DM
Hurting
or their
someone.
text message? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, am I
Yeah.
hurting someone right now? Overcome that a few times. And you're right. There are some people that are warm that I didn't want to ask them right away because I'm
Yeah.
like, oh man, when's the last time I talked to them? Like, all of that. And it's like they really are someone that I probably could pick up the phone and ask for anything. But I also am very sensitive that people are humans and you don't know what they got going on in life. And I'm so relational that I don't want to come out the gate asking. I want to have a conversation. I want to see what's going on. And then I'll be like, you know what? Since we're talking, blah, blah, blah. But what ended up happening that I think was magical with a lot of the warm people, I'm giving so much just from a relational perspective. They're like, yo, what you doing now? How can I serve you? And so I feel like it's kind of like that reaping in some
Yep.
situation. It's like I've already done so much in the one conversation that most times I didn't even have to do the ask.
Yep.
And that the one that turned into a 100K pitch, it was actually that. Like, she was the one asking me, like, okay, so what are you doing now? What is this? Okay, I could see how this could work in our organization. So I didn't even have to do it.
Yeah.
So it was amazing how that worked.
So did these ads look like, let's even bring up this like 100K example. Was it just like, hey, did you just kind of start off like, hey, how's it going? Or did you just go right in for the ask? Like, kind of walk me through. You don't have to be so
Yeah,
specific, but like,
sure.
what did that conversation look like?
Yeah. So we actually did a live. We went to lunch together. We had, so it was more catching up,
Yeah.
right? And so we
Yeah.
did that catch up over lunch and we just started talking about what we were both working on. And as I was saying what I was working on, she saw it as a perfect fit for what they were doing. And she was like, oh, she said, I'm asking you all these questions because I see an opportunity here. And I was like,
Nice.
okay, well, let's talk about it.
Nice.
And so she's the one that referred me to the powers that be, so
Yeah.
that could make the conversation happen. And me and the other people took it from there.
Yeah.
But even in that conversation, I literally, and this is the funny part, I literally just decided to pitch a higher offer. What we talked about was not the offer because it was hard to do a scope of services without knowing the whole scope.
Yeah.
So I couldn't give her exactly what I would offer from a smaller conversation. So once we had the larger scale conversation, I'm like, okay, let me put something together. And literally, Casey, while I'm working on putting this together, I'm like, this is not a 25K offer.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
this is some real work here. So I'm like, but they already said they wanted, this is literally the outcome they said they wanted.
Yeah.
And so when I pitched that, it wasn't even like a blink. The powers that be said, I don't want you to change this. We just have to figure out when we can have the income for this.
Let's go. Yeah.
Start here. And I'm like, I'm here for that because it sounds like more of like a long-term relationship with a
Yeah.
company. And I'm here for that. That's like, what business person doesn't want long-term partnerships with people?
Huge. Was there any fear that you had in presenting that offer?
I did. I almost didn't want to press in.
Yeah.
I'm like, these people are going to think I'm crazy because I came saying, yeah, I started 25K.
Yeah. What made you press in?
Because I was like, on billion-dollar companies before.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like people got the bread
Yeah.
for the things that they want to do. And it's not even from this, I think especially as business owners, we have to like not be afraid of receiving for our services.
Yes.
And it's like, it's not bad. You're not are getting
Yeah.
with your energy, with your presence, the way you do things. So
Yeah.
I think for so long I undervalued what I brought to the table just because it was easy for me.
Yeah.
And not including the energy that I bring, the perspective that I bring to a space,
Yeah.
because that's everything. Like some
Yeah.
people, you could do the same thing as someone, but that can be the X factor of why they want you to come.
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, there's another thing too that I put a pin in that I wanted to come back to. It's this idea. I say this when we were building personal brands, like build it before you need it. But also what you're calling out here is serve before you need it. Serve before you need the ask, right? Or have the ask. It's like what I'm hearing you, and I know you, so I know this to be true. It's just like, I'm a giver. And it's just naturally like who you are, right? A serve, like, hey, I got something that can help you. Here's this, or just reaching out, blah, blah, blah. And so you have this bank, if you will, of goodwill, right? So it's like, I know I poured into this person. People just know I'm a generous person. And so then when I have this ask, or I don't even need to make the ask, I just open the door, the opportunity flows because there has been so much goodwill. And it's so big into how, again, I think about personal brands and how I think about the folks that really win in this space. Win is perspective. But the people that I see that I work with that just, one, are full of peace and joy and abundance, love what they do. They don't meet any roadblocks, really. They just like keep flowing through life. Those are the ones that I see. And to me, that's a win. Those are the people that I see that just like serve, serve, serve. And so when I do have, which we all will, and we all should do more of, make an ask or put out an ask, it's like, of course, I got you. Or if I don't have you, let me connect you to somebody that will. Like, I'm going to try to help you out because I know you're just a good person. You've helped me. You have a lot of goodwill. And I'm willing to even put my name on the line for you to advise you or suggest you upwards or whatever, right? To have you do this conversation. Yeah. I love that. The other thing I thought of too was I was listening to this podcast the other day. Maybe it's just a few days ago. And this guy said one of the best things, I forget his name and what business he has, but huge business guy. He's like, one of the best things that I did in my college years was I was a party promoter. Because as a party promoter, you have to just text people every Friday and Saturday, all these people, you have to blow them up. Like, no one's responding to you, but you have to like text hundreds of thousands of people every Thursday, Friday, Saturday to get them to possibly come out, right? And you're always the guy just doing the texting or the outreach. And he was like, but now in business, I'm not scared to make an ask. Like, I had 4 or 5 years of just every weekend doing asks. Like, now I'm not scared to just pick up the phone and make an ask. What he was saying was, even more so as a party promoter, obviously when those people come, you have to show them a good time. Maybe you buy them some drinks, so you serve them, right? Yeah. So then next Friday, when you got to make another ask or you ask them to come out for their birthday, they're like, yeah, well, I always have such a great time with you. I'm going to come, right? Yeah. But it's the same skill that I feel like exists here. And that I also feel like, if you weren't a party promoter like myself, doing an exercise like this 900 exercise, like how that can actually start helping you build those skills or reinforce those skills even more, you know?
Yeah, no, I love that. It kind of takes the pain out of whatever anybody has to say because he just said that he knew he had to do it.
Yes.
The party's on Friday. I have to do it. Like, this is a part of what I do.
Yeah. Is that what you felt during that, like, the ass challenge? It's like, I know I gotta just do this.
Yeah, it's like, I know I gotta ask, even when obviously I didn't hit 900. So I was like, even though I was sucking these other days, it's like, okay, that's right. You got to get back on the ball because you said you were going to do this. Yeah. And so it was that pressure, that social pressure, so to speak, because I told too many people I was doing it. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I gotta be out here.
I mean, that's the big thing though. Like, tell people around you, like, put it out there now that you're doing this thing. Make LinkedIn posts about it. That could be a whole like LinkedIn series, you know?
It really can be. Yeah. I know. I'm getting my material together for it.
Yeah. That's like, here's what happened. Even if you do this again, it's like day one of asking, like, just 900 ask challenge. Like, here's what happened. Here's how I felt. Then by day 20, it's like, here's the results, right?
Yeah. I might have to do that one. I should document. That's good. That's good. I might have to document it day by day because I'm like, there really were some days where it's like, you know what, day 3, I don't feel like doing this.
Yeah. And you still
list of people I need to talk to today, I don't feel like talking to.
Talk to me about this digital product. Like, how are you? Did you already like put it together? Or like, what are you thinking about for that?
I drafted it out already. So I was drafting it out to really talk about what I actually did. So like, you know, the whole, I did this, I didn't hit the mark. So now I have some revisions of what I would do next time. And so what I would do next time is actually do 900 asks in 90 business days, because that's essentially what I kind of did. Is like almost about 10 people a day, right? Because I feel like it's more attainable. And then you have more time to actually set up logistically what you need to do. So I set it up to tell the story of why I wanted to do it. And then I talked about my revisions and then giving people kind of logistically what I think would be better because you know what? I realized I need more time on my calendar to actually have meetings with the people
Yeah.
that say yes. Like I'm
Yeah.
doing fulfillment for clients. I'm speaking at different events. It's like, okay, when are you gonna have time to actually meet with the people you have an ask with?
Yeah. When are you gonna do that? Yeah.
Yeah, unless it's like an ask that needs no fulfillment, right? It's like,
Right.
oh, just shoot me this email or shoot me this referral or buy this digital product. Then it doesn't cause anything. But if you have something where you actually want to partner with people, have real conversations, you need to actually make room on your calendar because you're potentially talking to 50 new people every week.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. I was looking for this. I'll find it later. But there's this thing, and I'm literally just reminded of it. I need to get back to it. I'm reminded of it when you just said 90 asks and 90 business days. There's this thing, it's not originally mine. I kind of like edited it for my own thing. I forgot who I got it from. I believe it was this entrepreneur, Dan Fleshman. But he had something, and again, I revised it a bit, but it was like 3 by 3 by 3. And it was like every day, do these like three things 3, 3, 3. Three asks. So again, reaching out to people,
Yeah.
making an ask, three people, three helps, reaching out to three people and helping them with something. Hey, I read this article this morning. Hey, I was watching this YouTube video. I think you might like it. Hey, I just met somebody at dinner last night. I think you should connect with them, right? Like it doesn't have to be a huge thing, but three asks, three help, three people out, and then three thank yous. So just
Yeah.
like gratitude, like,
I
hey,
love that.
I remember, you bought me this dinner a couple months ago. I was just thinking about that. Or it doesn't even have to be thank you. It's like gratitude. Hey, I know
Yeah.
your father passed away on this day
Yeah.
last year, just sending you love today. So it's just like these 9 people that you hit up every day. Generally it takes you 20-30 minutes to just do that for 9 folks. But
Yeah.
again, to what you're even calling out, what we're calling out in this conversation, compounded like
Hmm.
interest of 3 asks, 3 helps, 3 just gratitude shares to these people. Now after 300-ish days, you've hit 9 times 300, whatever that
Yeah.
is, that many people, right? 2,700, or it could be some
Yeah.
repeats in there, but let's
It
say
could
now
be,
you've
right.
hit 500 to 1,000 people, right? Because maybe you repeat some throughout the year. But 500 people who you've asked for help and or shared gratitude with and or helped. You're going to at
Hmm.
least get a couple good deals out of that. You're going to
Absolutely.
generate a lot of goodwill from the people that you've helped and shared gratitude with. And so
Yeah.
now over a year or 2 years, when you reach out to ask for help or in need, which we all will have seasons of being in need or need help or need assistance or want partnership, it's like I've strategically, done this thing. But even more so, especially for those last two, the help and the gratitude, it just makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Like helping somebody out, sharing some love. It just makes you feel
Yeah.
good. Start your day off, just feeling good.
Yeah, you know what? I love that. And what I think it also helped me do, and I think it can help a lot of people that deal with being pleasers, it can help you learn how to ask for help.
Yeah.
Right. Because I think that over the years working on unlearning being a pleaser and it spills over into your business world, right? You have to give, give, give. But at some point, you have to ask for help to build what you're building. And it made me be okay with asking, you know what? I do need help.
Yep.
You have anybody you can refer me to? You
Yep.
have any so it's like not necessarily feeling like pleading with people, but just asking genuinely because you
Yeah.
know that there is something that they can help make your business better in. So that really helped me. And I know that that would help people that are overcoming people pleasing
Yeah.
and over giving and just being afraid to not look perfect. Like, oh, I don't want people to think my business is failing. Why? Because you're asking for help.
Yeah.
The most prosperous businesses are asking for help every
Yeah,
day.
huge. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I really see this. I'm excited for this like digital product to come together. But I can really see this as a big like pillar within like your brand. It's been getting me because what I'm always saying, right, is if we can shift how somebody thinks about something, if we can help somebody have a transformation, the impact of our personal brand, the affinity to our brand just next, right?
Yeah.
And going through something like this, one, it shifts how somebody thinks about asking. It's also an easy kind of like challenge to follow, right? So maybe the challenge, the front facing challenge is like 230 days, right?
Yeah, that's
Or
true. It's simple.
330 days. And
Yeah.
then there's
Yeah.
a longer one. But now you've got me taking action. And also, you're going to get me a win because
Yeah.
there's no way that I do 300 asks or even 100 and there isn't some win. But now I've
100.
associated that transformation in thought and that win to you.
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah,
that
that's
makes your
true.
personal brand so much more stickier in my
Yeah.
mind, you know? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
If I was taking myself outside of myself and someone saying it, I would probably jump on it, like, "This seems easy."
exactly,
Like, it
exactly.
seems like something I can and it's not techy, it's not like especially for someone that is just looking for extra cash in their business, like a cash infusion, or, like,
Yeah,
maybe they feel stale right
yes,
now. Having
yeah.
conversations is, like, the easiest way to get to the next thing.
Exactly. And I mean, we talk about this all the time, but it also has this association piece, which I love things like this. It's like it reminds me of the 75-day hard challenge. These
Yeah.
challenges, and not a lot of people know the creator of that challenge. And that excites me a lot when I hear stuff like this because this also could start forming a life of its own that then
Yeah,
becomes something that's sellable, something that can be licensed, right? Now you can actually go out, you can have the 300-day ask planner, the
yeah,
300-day ask this.
yeah,
You
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
license out the frameworks to companies.
Exactly.
And it's something
Right.
that, although, yes, we scaled it initially with your personal brand, it now has a
Yeah.
life of its
Own
own
thing.
that can
Yeah.
keep generating impact and income for you without
Yeah, yeah.
needing to show up for it, right?
Yeah,
It's
this
like the
makes me
75-day
excited.
hard thing.
This makes me super excited because it makes me
Yeah.
think about, like, how important this could be for people in sales, especially when they start being in sales. The most difficult people have challenge they have is to ask
Yes.
for the sale.
Yeah. Yeah, and even especially even entrepreneurs, especially the folks that you work with, women, it's
Yeah.
like so many different groups of folks here. What I would do, and I think about this with brands that I study a lot. Athletic Greens. Have you heard of this company, Athletic Greens? They're
No.
like a green powder like drink, right? Vegetable, like you put the powder in, it has vitamins and blah blah blah. They have scaled a lot and probably one of now like the biggest green juice like companies. But for the first 7 years, the founder was big into CrossFit and stuff. And so they solely focused on like just CrossFit communities. And they like went wild in CrossFit gyms, CrossFit communities, like, hey, you need your vitamins, blah, blah, blah. Had the angles for CrossFit folks. 7 years, just a CrossFit brand. Took over CrossFit. All the CrossFitters are doing it. So then it starts scaling more and more outside of CrossFit. And now they're just for everybody. It's like a juice brand for
Yeah.
everybody. But I think about stuff like that when we think about, again, when we have opportunities like this, it's like who's my most sticky audience and how can I like infiltrate, right? And so this is where I would like niche down, have my clear ICP and just
Yeah.
infiltrate, right? Same with 75-day hard. It was just to a certain trope of person,
Yeah.
created all the buzz there, and then it's like more and more people. Now there's different
Yeah.
iterations of 75-day
Yeah.
hard, all this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I would like pick one audience, go crazy with how doing these 300 asks is going to help them. Continue to make different resources around it, continue to share
Yeah.
your own stories around it.
Yeah.
You could even go as far as like community Facebook groups for it, like just so
Yeah.
many different things that you could do with it. I would do that for probably at least 12 months, just infiltrate that specific ICP. Then after month 12, blow it up.
Boom.
Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I got all
Yeah.
these testimonials now. I have all these people. I have raving fans around this. Now I'm putting out 300-day ask app where it's just like a tracker. Did you do
Yeah.
your ask today? Like
Yeah. Yeah.
75-day hard
Yeah.
has that. I'm
Word.
putting out the templates. I'm doing all
Yeah.
this stuff. And
Yeah.
now I'm even gearing up probably by like year 2, year 3 to sell this thing. Possibly,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
it's its own life, especially if we get the trademarks and stuff for that. Like that's a huge opportunity.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited about it. It gets more exciting and it's so aligned to the work that I do
Yeah.
because to wanting to be the person that has the life that you want, you gotta you gotta
Yes.
start talking like the person that is about that life.
Yes.
And if you don't believe that you have the expertise, if you don't believe that you have the confidence to carry out a thing, then you're not going to do the Ash Challenge in the first place. And so some of the work that I do has been really helpful to how I can deepen the participants of a 900 Ash Challenges experience. So it's a real transformation, because you can give somebody something like that and they're not gonna do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
But doing it, like, helping them overcome how they're sabotaging themselves and their business and all of that through using this as, like, the tool to help them do it, I feel like the connection of, like, the strategy to help them I just see the
Yeah, it's huge. And I mean, I think this is I want to bring this out more. I want to challenge myself to even think of a challenge, because the thing that I'm even like I'm reflecting in real time here is like I really do believe if you can come up with a good one. Now, a bad challenge can do the opposite, right? It's like who wants it? Like, but if you can come up with a really good intentional challenge that has why this is good is because it's easy. You see the immediate outcome. Like you can see it.
Yeah.
You can see like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna win. So people are gonna buy
Yeah.
into it. It's easy to track. You don't gotta put a lot of thought process behind it,
Yeah.
right? It's long enough, but intentional enough where they will have some transformation,
Yeah,
right?
for
And
sure.
it's unique. It stands out in the
Mhm.
market, right? It's
Yeah.
something
Yeah.
that is like, oh, that makes sense. And so if we can
Yeah.
come up with something, and the name just I know exactly what this is. I know exactly what I'm
Easy.
gonna do. The barrier to entry is easy, and the potential transformation is high. So if we can come up with these, I actually think these could be one of a big pillar into really unlocking a personal brand as well, you know? So now I'm about to challenge myself to come up with a challenge. This is good. Yeah. It's nice.
Really cool because I believe that most of our outcomes, come from the 80% of the inner work that we have to do and
Mm,
20% of the strategy work.
yeah.
Because you can hand somebody, a strategy and they don't do the inner work and it falls flat
Yeah.
over time.
Yeah.
And so that was like another challenge that I want to kind of grow, as well. But it's
Yeah.
really for that leader entrepreneur that knows that keep sabotaging themselves
Yeah. Yeah.
and then handing them the 900 ask challenge as a part of their strategy work,
Yeah.
because it really can live for anyone. Someone that is looking to promote themselves, someone that
Yeah.
is looking to challenge themselves in their body. Like,
Yeah. And I mean, you could use the whole, even if you shortened it, like I said, the 330 days, you could use that as like a leader or feeder into this, like the deeper challenge. You know, similar again, 75 hard is just on my mind now that we're bringing it up, but I think I've never done it. But I think after you complete that, it advises you to now do like 120 days, something more intense.
ah,
But it's like for that specific person. And I think I've heard some language around the folks that do that second challenge, they get hit a lot on the back end with certain ads, certain things, because they know like this is our core target market right here. These people that are like super dedicated into this. So now let's sell
yeah,
them, you know? But it
that
could be
makes
something
sense.
like this where it's like your top of funnel challenge, and then your secondary funnel where it's
Yeah,
like, okay, I know the 10% of people that go through my second challenge, like these are the people I need to book a
hard
one-on-one with,
hitters.
I need to book a call
Yeah,
with. Like you start like identifying,
yeah,
self-selecting.
yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I love
I like
that.
that. Man, well, one, this is great. I'm about to share this to the group right now. This is great. Like I said, this is about to be a selfish thing for me, but now I have to and what I just appreciate you for just like sharing and giving and just breaking it down. I also appreciate you for like even saying in the first place you were doing this thing, because this got me hyped up. Then I also appreciate you for even coming back and sharing all the wins that you've had from this, you know? And so I'm just excited for you. I'm excited to see where this thing goes, and I'm excited to start brainstorming even myself. I'm excited to do one of these 300 Ask
Yeah,
30
it would be
days things.
fun.
Yeah. Yeah. I gotta tap into the challenge. I
Yeah,
love
you gotta
this.
tap in. Listen,
Yeah.
listen. I wanna hear your results.
Yeah. It should be fun. I really like this stuff. You've been killing it, and like I said, I love when we can just be in community and we just can be
Yeah.
scientists with each other and just experiment
Yeah.
and learn new things with each other. And so this has been
Yeah.
great. Thank you for doing this too.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. You all
Of
have helped
course.
me think about it bigger than I had before.
Yeah. Now we're about to have some fun. We're about to keep having some fun throughout the next year.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty. I'll talk to you.
All right, thank
Bye.
you. Bye.